Hello everyone, and welcome to the Abu Dhabi career race. Now you may have noticed that this video is fantastically laggy, and that is because unfortunately I've cocked up. I left MSI Afterburner on uncompressed video, and this is what we get. Absolutely unwatchable, so let's get rid of that. In qualifying then, I managed to go first in quali 1. I still went to dry tyres at the end when no one else did. As you saw, it was raining, but then dried up towards the end. So I was in the drop zone just before that, so I just don't manage to pop in a lap. Quali 2, second up, once again that was all dry, nice and simple, and straight into quali 3 there. I did manage to get pole position. Bit of a shame I didn't get to show you, there was a bit of rain towards the beginning. But yeah, pretty simple towards the end, just boshed in a lap that was 1.3 seconds quicker than everyone else. So not really too entertaining towards the end, if I'm honest, but as I said, the first session was a little bit entertaining since it was one lap I had in order to be able to get out of the drop zone. I think I was in 18th in the drop zone. Was it 19th? And just about managed to get out as we watched some more laggy. Look at this, this is ridiculous. I did notice it was a little bit laggy in terms when I was playing it, but it wasn't this bad. So yeah, I wouldn't have been able to qualify. It was this bad, look at that, it's terrible. But there we go, let's get rid of that. On to the race though, the race is fine. So no worries about that, we can at least watch the race. And here we see it is raining once again. So for some reason it's quite rainy in Abu Dhabi for these races. So there we can see we're going to be starting on inters. And I jump straight in then. Have a look at teammate challenge, intermediate tyres, cautious strategy. Do I stick with that? No, I go to normal, save a bit of fuel, and I'm going to whip through the setup really quick because obviously you had supposedly already seen it in quali. Little did I know the video was seriously laggy. So really quick, but if you really want it, you can catch it there. It's fundamentally similar to my league race setup with a few tweaks, mainly with the updated stuff. Like I've changed how I use the balance. I think camera and toe would have been the same, so mostly similar to that. But anyway, we're on the grid now. As I said, pole position for me. Jet's button second. World Championship's already mine. Force India aren't going to win the Constructors' Championship, so it's just about having fun for these next few races. But as I said, it is raining, so a little bit interesting. Two Sabwas there, third and fourth, interestingly. So anyway, the lights are on now. As I said, we've got a button alongside us there. So 4 lights, 5 lights, plus 3 laps of fuel, and they're out on my way then. So minimal fuel's been very, very tricky in the wet. I just about managed it. Look at that, nice and consistent revs. That's exactly what you want. And I managed to nail that start pretty much. Button still alongside me there as I brake very late. Oh, right out wide though. All 4 wheels, miles off the track. Get back quickly back on the track, and luckily I was far ahead enough for the car behind. I should have lost a few places then, but I didn't. But anyway, on to the next corner. So Button's still just behind then. I need to try and pull out a gap if I can. And once again run wide there. I think I'm almost expecting dry levels of grip. Well, frankly, I don't know how much grip there is. I don't know how wet it is. We are on inters, but that doesn't mean it's even inters weather necessarily. Could be, it doesn't look like it. It could be raining really hard, getting wetter or getting drier. Either way. So we're on rich now anyway, using all of my curves then. All the rest of what I had left. Down this very long straight. This also is an edit, as I'm sure you've already gathered by the timestamp. 20 minutes long. So I've added this down. Oh, once again, I'll break myself very wide. Managed to stay on the circuit this time though, but that probably cost about a second. So that wasn't good, but still behind me though, luckily. So still need to push hard, try and get away from him, but not make any more mistakes like that. So yes, I did edit the race down a little bit. Once again, you see all the important bits, and I'll tell you about what happened in the bits I edited out. Even though nothing interesting happened, as once again I run wide there, and after completely missed that apex. On the inside though, cut the corner massively, not good. So I need to be a little bit more cautious on the brakes than I am. Let's see if I do so in this next corner. Right, so you heard the engine revs dip a lot there, braked very early indeed. As we're now coming around the final sector. I won this league race, pole, fastest lap race win I believe, in the league race. I think I smashed it actually. And I usually do go really well at this track. Against the AI, I do tend to smash them, but obviously it's wet, it's a bit different, and Button's very close behind me there in a second, I should imagine yet. Of course there's no DRS while it's raining, but even so, as my engineer tells me the rain will stop in 15 minutes time, so the race is longer than that. You can see we're doing almost 2 minute laps, there's 14 laps, so more or less the race will be half an hour long, full time. As I said, I haven't edited this one down, so it should be dry by the end of the race in theory, providing that sticks. This Button's only now less than half a second behind me, so very close indeed. Even though he hasn't got DRS, he might be able to overtake me if he carries on that speed. He seems seriously quick, but let's see. Let's get some nice reflections there, look, of the lights. Gotta say, this game is a very pretty game. Some people said it's not quite as pretty as other games, but particularly this track, we'll see a little bit later on in the video. The sun sets, the floodlights come on, and it really is amazing. It's quite interesting to watch as well. the sun in your eyes makes it a little bit tricky to go racing when you've got the sun in your eyes. We'll see that, as I said, we'll see that a little bit later on, but at the moment it is still bright-ish, apart from the rain of course. But as I said, that's likely to ease off, so we should have a nice sunset finish. As I'm now pulling out the gap to button, 1.2 seconds then, so not bad at all. Also clocked the bollard there, didn't want to be doing that, but not too bad. So 1.2 seconds, that's alright. If I keep pulling it out like that, I'll be happy. I'm on standard now. I'm trying to save my fuel for when it's dry, which I might need it. They could well be faster than me in the dry, but it looks like I might have the pace in the wet. So I want to save it for then ideally. Let's come on the final sector now. I haven't made too many mistakes this lap, so it's been a lot better. Let's have a little flip through there, see if we've got any tyre wear. Not really. Not yet at least. As I said, I'm expecting to pit for dry, so that shouldn't be an issue. In theory. As we come to the start finish line now, looks like that might gain a bit more on me. No, 1.4. So there we go, DRS disabled, wet weather tyres. So the fastest lap there, I wonder if Button, I don't think Button did, but I wonder if anyone beat that. 52.1, about to see, nope. It's the fastest lap of the race, so I am the fastest guy on the circuit. Not bad at all in the Forces India, if I do say so myself. And let's see if I can improve it on this lap. No, half a tenth down, first sector at least. As Button once again gains on me, a couple of tenths. Seems to be consistently a couple of tenths faster in that first sector. That's probably, I suspect, for the high-speed corners where he's got more downforce than me. He's in a McLaren, of course. As I'm in Force India. Very little downforce in comparison. As we're coming down the long back straight now. Such a long straight. I really do like this circuit. I do, as I'm sure you already know if you've been subscribed for a little while, watching my videos. I do like the stop-start circuit, so like this, short, slow corners, build up some speed, build up a lot of speed, and then stop again, start again, stop again. A lot of people tend to like the flowing circuits, and I think they are good as well, but I do prefer stop-start. So something like Silverstone, for example, would be a flowing circuit, a lot of high-speed corners, so you're not getting the speed too low, but my speciality seems to be stop-start. As I said, I won this race last year. I'm usually right on the pace when it's a stop-starting circuit. That's why I like Bahrain, most recent league race. But of course I missed out on the win there, unfortunately. Mainly down to collision at the start, I would say, but since I was the second guy, effectively P2 on primes, wasn't I? I don't want to talk about too much about other videos in case you're not interested in that, but just talking about the fact that I like stop-start. I said Abu Dhabi, it's always been a bit of speciality of mine. Before even league racing in the career races, I would like it and do a fast lap. I do indeed, a 51.821, so pretty good lap. If I can beat it next lap. Because Abu Dhabi's always been a speciality of mine, even in previous games. F1 2010, 2011, I had all of them. Played them all a lot. I think I mentioned in a couple of videos ago, I've got 250 hours on this particular game, just on 2012, so it's a lot. Of course, it's for you guys as well. I think I probably had similar amounts on 2010 and 2011, to be honest. I do play them a lot. It's my favourite game by far. So I thought, why not make a channel about it? And here we are today. 4K subscribers on. Thank you very much for that, by the way. Over 4K now. It has been fantastic. It's only been 6 months or so. A bit more than that now, isn't it? More like 8 months. And to get 4,000 subscribers in 8 months completely blew my expectations. I've said it before, and I will say it again. It's amazing. As we now can see the floodlights starting to come in, you see the big poles there. If you look at the reflections on this wet circuit, actually there isn't really too many down this straight, reflections wise, but I'm sure there will be on the better parts of the circuit. I mentioned before about spray from the tyres, that's how you can tell how wet it is, or more actually if it's wet or dry. So you can see the spray still coming off the tyres. The engineer says rain's going to stop in 10 minutes. That's just so if you're getting spray off your tyres, it's time for inters. If you're not getting spray, it's time for dries. So it does also, for some reason, you get spray on slick tyres, which you do, but not like you do on inters or wets. In this game, you do still get spray just as much actually on dry tyres. So if you're circulating on dry tyres, find less net grip as soon as you start getting spray. Come into the pits. I mean, it's not quite as easy as that, but it's more or less there. So anyway, we're coming to the line now then. Do I improve my time? I don't. 10th down, but that's okay. As we skip ahead now. Not far. I think we only missed 2 laps. Nothing happened though. I just pulled out bigger and bigger and bigger gap to Button. As we'll see what it is now. As actually no, he comes into the pits. Button is pitting. it is starting to dry up. You can see it is still raining, but the track's a lot drier. But we haven't been speeding up much because we're still on inters. But everyone, look at that, look at the mini-map. Pretty much everyone is coming into the pits. More than likely for option tyres. Yes, I don't think anyone's not coming to the pits actually. Still waiting for someone to fly past, but no. That's everyone through. The back markers there still yet to come past, but all of the front and middle runners are into the pits for dry tyres. I hope that doesn't lose me time then. Need to push hard. You can see now I'm on Rich on this straight. The rain will stop in 5 minutes. It's not actually stopped it. You can see, look, it's patchy. And you missed it, but I did consider on the last lap to come into dries. I did select the dries ready just in case. But because it was looking like this patchy, it does look dry, doesn't it? And as you can see, look at the tyres. There is no spray actually. No spray at all. So my theory is proved right. What you can see there is just a few raindrops. Oh, right, wow, look at that. Completely lost the rear end. That's not great. That's probably cost me about a second. But yeah, as I said, no spray. It's time to come in. Look at that patchy track. It's sort of dry in places, wet in other places, and unfortunately, this game still needs to go a little way further to being realistic in the wet. You should get a really dry in line. It should. I mean, to be honest, we probably will get things like that on next gen platforms, PS4, Xbox 720, whatever it's going to be called. We'll get a nice dry line that will actually dry when you go over it. So, as in, if you take a different line to everyone else, that line will still dry up because you are actually drying the line. It's not just a thing where the racing line gets drier. So we're coming to the pits now then, on lean, of course. As I said, I've selected options. There's only 7 laps to go or so, so easy you can do options with that. Coming to the pits now then. I think I should be ahead of button because that wasn't. I did look at the gaps. He didn't gain too much on me. So I think the track's only just ready for dry tyres, so luckily he's not suddenly just bolted them on and gained sort of 10 seconds or so, something ridiculous like that. It's not been too bad, so yes, there we go. Looking at the mini-map, I am out ahead of button. That's what I need to do. So there we go. We'll get a gap in just a second. Certainly not as big as it was before, is it? 3.6. He's gained some on me, but it should be okay. This main game tells me he's running on full revs. But hopefully now I'll have the pace to pull out from him once again, but I'll need to push to make it reality. It's been an interesting video, this one, hasn't it? I've been talking about almost everything other than the race. But as I'm sure you've already gathered yourselves, it's not the most entertaining race ever. I have been leading the whole thing, pulling out from button, no battling. Bit of rain, it must be said. That's made it more entertaining. And to be honest, without the rain, I probably would have cut more out. But since it was raining, I wanted to show you a few laps. I do enjoy driving in the wet, as I'm sure you know. Again, I feel like it's a bit of a speciality, but I've never done a league race in a wet, would you believe? I've done one qualifying session in India last season, but that's it. Nothing else in the wet for the league races at all, and it's amazing. I joined at Monaco last year, so this is Spain. One after that will be Monaco, so we're not far off doing an entire season of, is it going to be 20? Yep, it'll be 20 races in the league, and we've had one session that's wet. It's quite strange because we have got 4 splits with air out. We're in the top split, of course. We've got 4 splits. All of the other splits actually have had rain at some point this season, whether it's in quali in the race. All 3 other splits have had some rain somewhere, but top split we haven't had any, so looking forward to when we do. Got it done with some, couldn't I, the last couple of races when I've been a bit further back. But there we go. So 3.8 to button now then, so still pulling out from him. And actually the loss to the previous lap, I was going to say 6 seconds, but the last lap was in lap, and this lap wasn't. That last lap was out lap, so pointless comparison. 15 seconds up first sector. Of course, not come into the pits. There's Hamilton does the fastest up there, 43.8. Obviously about 8 seconds or so quicker than me, so quite a bit. But of course, I'm going to improve that as soon as I do a flying lap. So one thing that I think I briefly mentioned it. I think it was on Twitter. Follow me as well. My Facebook and Twitter links are in the description. Make sure you follow me there. I do ask random things, like for example, just earlier today. I'm recording this on Friday night. Just earlier today, I asked whether or not I should get rid of the league race in 90 seconds. Asking people's opinions because it's got terrible views. About 600 views the last one got compared to about 1800 for the actual league race. So it's pointless for making the effort if nobody's watching it. I realize 600 people is a lot, but a lot of the people that watched it did comment and say, I don't like this. As we see the sunset now, look at that. Through the dark clouds, the sun's starting to set. As it is still actually sprinkling rain, I think, but it's more or less stopped. So still pushing hard, trying to get away from Burton, which I think I'm managing, pulling out a bit of a gap to him. That's on lap 9 of 14. Probably going to skip ahead a little bit in a minute. Let's do fastest lap there, 43.3. And I've improved it in the meantime, 42.7 I'm down to. But I've still got the fastest lap of the race, so I'm still the fastest guy on the circuit. Have been all race, apart from that one lap when I pitted one lap later than everyone else sprinters. This engineer tells me Button's falling back by 1 second per lap. That's not bad, is it? Force India McLaren, and I'm beating him by a second a lap.
Bring the car home, only a couple of laps to go.
So, as I mentioned before, I'm going to be going to Caterham again next year. They will be quicker than they were when I was with them earlier this season. Since I've managed to get them a load of points, they'll be a lot, well, not a lot higher up. They'll probably be equivalent to this Force India, actually, thinking about it. Somewhere on there, but this Force India will be quicker again, because I've scored so many points with it. So, hopefully it should be nice and entertaining in the Caterham. But we'll see. So, 13 and 14 now then, pushing very hard. I'm on Rich, trying to get another fastest lap. Penultimate lap. One more lap to go after this. As you can see, the field's quite spread out now. My teammate, look how far back he is from me. That's insane. He's just finished the first sector, and I've just finished the second sector. I'm an entire sector ahead of him. That's mental. I'm a 10th and a half up on my previous. Not sure if my previous was fastest or not. That's purple, but unfortunately, I do corner cut there a little bit. Not intentional, but pushing very hard. So hopefully I can carry that speed through and beat my time. Fingers crossed. So I'm on optimal now. I will go to stand as soon as I cross the line, I should imagine, to make sure I've got enough fuel. But we'll see. Let's come around the final couple of corners now then. As once again we see that sun. I'll have a proper look at it. Next time around, look at these floodlights. It's not even fully dark yet, but because of course it's only 25% race. In the 50 and 100% races, I believe it gets fully dark. So we go 6 tenths up, 42.4. So 3 tenths up my fastest, so that will be the fastest lap of the race. I haven't got enough fuel to do a whole other lap on Rich, I shouldn't imagine. But yeah, as I said, it's getting darker. You can start to see the floodlights more and more. And there we go, look at that. Sunset, beautiful skies. As we come into this interesting complex here, you can see the big grandstand right on the outside. It's almost like a, like a motocross track or something that's sort of inside a stadium. It's almost like that, isn't it? With that big grandstand all the way on there. It's interesting. I do like the circuit, as I mentioned. One of my favourites. As once again, look at that sky. Look, beautiful colour of orange with these moody clouds above us. Couldn't have been a more beautiful race if it tried, I don't think. Bit of wet weather in the beginning. Oh, as I cut the corner a bit there. Bit of wet weather in the beginning. Some shiny tracks with the lights. Now we've got a nice sunset with some moody clouds to top it all off. I must say the clouds aren't the best quality ever, but at least they do actually. I think in 2011 they weren't linked to the weather, but in this game at least they're linked to the weather. So if the clouds are dark, it's probably going to rain. If they're light, it's probably not. I saw that hotel there. We'll mention that in just a second. But look at that. The sun is in your eyes for some of the race, just there, and it will set in a few laps' time. But it's not going to get there. That hotel in front of us there. Beautiful thing as well. Someone's got a big cover over it that lights up all different colours, and when the race finishes, that turns into a big checkered flag. They've tried to make this circuit pretty, haven't they? So I go to -1 now. I'm being lazy rather than go to lean. I'm shifting down very early, trying to save some fuel. There we go, back to optimal. As we cross the line now to take my 10th win of the season in a Force India, no less. 10 wins in a Caterham and a Force India, some in each. And we've only got, I believe, 2 races left, is it? USA and Brazil, I think, after this one. So potentially can get more, but there's 20 races in the season, so I've already won half of them. I've not even finished the season yet. So there we go, 10 seconds ahead of Jenson Button. 1 minute 42.4, so 1.4 seconds quicker than him. Just a little bit then. As there's my teammate down in 15th. 1 minute 44.9 his fastest lap was. So I was 2.5 seconds quicker than him on my best lap. That's that. 118 points now ahead of Lewis in the championship. That's my tells me congrats for the World Championship, even though I won that last race. And there we go, constructors then. So Force India now in 5th place. Just behind Caterham, only 5 points. I suspect we can overtake them in 2 races, aren't they? I'll probably score more than 5 points in 2 races. And there we go, we should get some proper celebrations now, so they're not laggy. Fingers crossed, as I got a Hulkenberg thing on me there. And there we go. 10th win of the season. Not bad at all. Half of the races won in a slower car. Can't really took the championship, didn't I? As I said, should be more entertaining next season when I'm back to Caterham. There we go. Gentleman gives me a nice hug there. So that's it for this video. Hopefully another one next weekend. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.